Have you ever wondered if some of the biggest learning problems we see, whether it's in a classroom or, even in the workplace, aren't actually problems at all? What if they're superpowers, just in disguise? Today, we're diving into a really powerful framework that completely reframes how we see minds that just don't fit the typical mold. This is all about prismatic cognition.
So let's explore this idea, and we're going to do it through the story of a kid. We'll just call him the nice boy. He's a kid who, honestly, like so many brilliant lines throughout history, from Leonardo da Vinci to today, found himself totally clashing with a traditional school environment.
But here's the thing. This is not a story about a kid with a deficit. Not at all. It's the story of a brilliant, nonlinear mind running headfirst into a rigid and frankly obsolete system. It's a story of a massive, systematic mismatch.
So he was given these really simple, step-by-step tasks. But for a mind that absolutely thrives on seeing the big picture, on recognizing these huge, complex patterns, those linear instructions just felt like static. They were totally incoherent. They were missing the one thing his brain was literally built to find: structure. And you have to understand, this experience, it wasn't just frustrating for him. It was genuinely damaging. The anger, the shutdown that everyone saw, that wasn't some behavioral issue. No, it was a direct response to this profound systemic mismatch, a feeling of betrayal, of his mind's most fundamental needs being ignored. This right here, this lays out the conflict perfectly. On one side, you've got a mind that's basically a supercomputer, built to process huge patterns all at once. And on the other side, you've got a system demanding this rigid, one foot in front of the other kind of thinking. It was just a setup for failure from the get-go.
So, what is really going on inside a mind like this? Well, it turns out science is finally catching up and validating this incredibly powerful way of thinking. And it's proving that the problem was never, ever with the child.
The nice boy's brain wasn't broken. It was just operating with a different system, something we call prismatic cognition. The best way to think about it is like a short circuit of efficiency. It's designed to skip all the slow step-by-step stuff and just leap straight to the answer.
You know the robot Johnny 5 from the movies? Input, need more input. That's the perfect analogy. This kind of mind doesn't read by sounding out every single letter. It just absorbs patterns. It recognizes key letter pairs. They're called bigrams to reconstruct the whole word in a flash. It sees TH and ER, and it just knows the word is there.
And now, stick with me here because we're going to find a really powerful analogy in a totally different field: quantum physics. Yeah, seriously. There's a concept called the Truncated Wigner Approximation, or TWA for short. It helps scientists predict how super complex systems work without tracking every single tiny piece. So think of it like this. Instead of building a castle one agonizing block at a time, this mind can see the entire shape of the castle, almost instantly. It's like a magic guess based on recognizing the overall pattern.
This chart really drives home the difference in approach. I mean, linear processing is slow, it's methodical, and it needs all the data to work. But prismatic cognition, it's a predictive engine. It can actually fill in the gaps. It's not about being messy. It's about an incredible efficiency that can seriously feel like magic. Okay, so how does a prismatic mind actually organize the world around it? To really get that, we need to crack a fascinating little code, and it all centers on a child actor from the 1950s.
You might remember the name Jay North. He played Dennis the Menace. But for the prismatic mind, this name isn't just a piece of pop culture trivia. No, it becomes what's called a mnemonic node, a single point that unlocks an entire universe of structured, interconnected meaning. Just watch how this works. The single cue, J North, immediately splits or bifurcates. J instantly connects to the blue jay, a bird that's a master of mimicry, which symbolizes how our brain cells receive signals. Then North becomes a fixed point, like a compass, representing integrity, and the part of a neuron that has to make a decision. Do we fire a signal or not?
So from that one single name, the meaning just refracts like light shooting through a prism. It connects a bird to a neuron, to a compass, to a spiritual idea of integrity, and even to the internal GPS of a queen bee. Now, this is not random association. It's a process called advanced cognitive tessellation, which basically means every single piece has to fit together perfectly, like tiles in a mosaic, with absolutely no gaps. And this rigorous need for everything to fit, that's the real driving force here.
It's the mind's non-negotiable, relentless demand that every single piece of information, from neuroscience to pop culture, connects into a coherent, seamless whole. There's a technical term for it: tabular coherence maintenance, or TCM.
So, okay, if the crisis was caused by a denial of structure, then the solution has to be to provide it, right? The healing process can finally begin when the world is presented in a way the prismatic mind can actually accept and organize. And when that happens, the brain gets this amazing thing called a format reward. It's that deep internal click of satisfaction. It's a motivational signal that just says, yes, this fits, this makes sense. This reward is the absolute key to healing all that anger and instability that was rooted in that initial systemic betrayal. Healing, then, isn't about trying to force the mind to comply with a system that doesn't work for it. It's about finding a system that naturally fits its own internal architecture. It really comes down to this: fit over force. And this is exactly why something like Lego therapy can be such a perfect corrective system. I mean, it's not just playing with blocks. It's a tangible, hands-on way to engage the mind's natural spatial reasoning and provide those structural rewards it's been craving. Through this kind of structured play, unbelievably complex ideas suddenly become simple and actionable. You know, an abstract philosophical concept about the union of opposites is taught as imagination and integrity becoming teammates. The brain's decision-making center becomes the decision detective. It's just a brilliant way to build stability and self-understanding, literally one brick at a time. And all of this leaves us with one final, and I think crucial question. From Socrates, who was punished for his unique way of thinking, to the modern-day nice boy sitting in a classroom somewhere right now, recognizing and nurturing this prismatic intelligence isn't just an educational choice. It's a societal imperative. It really makes you wonder, how many powerful, pattern-seeking minds have we silenced simply by demanding they walk in a straight line?